anti-gay. Don't you take our rights away.
Wherever we wear, wherever we go. Yes means yes and no means no. Whatever we wear, wherever we go.
Yes means yes and no means no.
Whatever we wear, wherever we go. Yes means yes and no means no. Slut, skank, slag or hoe. Whatever you call me, no means no. Hoe, skank, slag or hoe. Whatever you call me, no means no. Skank, slag or hoe. Whatever you call me, no means no. Skank, slag or hoe. My dress is not yes, yes and no means no.
Whatever we wear,
Wherever we go, yes means yes and no means no. Wherever we go, yes means yes and no means no.
Today and join our efforts in raising community awareness of sexual abuse, rape, victim blaming and slut shaming.
I'm honoured and privileged to be here alongside the brave women from Rape Crisis, because I think they've done an absolutely amazing job to get everyone here today. And Dunedin, you rock. Even though I'm from Christchurch, which also rocks, unfortunately at the wrong time. But it is important that I believe that us men stand beside women. Women have been fighting this battle for far too long, and our patriarchal system doesn't allow things to get right. And within that patriarchal system, we also have male victims of childhood sexual abuse who need the support the same as women and girls need, and it's important that we look towards that, and we've got to stop the blame game. And one of the important sexual violation cases in this country, you need to have 100% airtight case to get them to court. And I think it's important for people to know that only 2% of sexual violation charges end up in our court system. That is horrendous, and those are the things that have to change, because that encourages the rape culture that we have here in this country. I've just spoken to my friend Louise Nicholas, who you will well be aware of, who stood up against the police officers in Rotorua, sat through 7 court cases, and in each time the police officers were found not guilty. Totally unacceptable. And Louise gives her love and respect to everyone here today supporting this move. My father's no longer with us, but my dad, 60 odd years ago, put on an Air Force uniform, went overseas to fight in the Pacific to represent his country, to stop atrocities that were going on around the world. What I'd like to encourage our young men here today is we have a fight within our own country that we need to fight. And I believe that our young men have to start standing up now and taking some responsibility for what's going on. We need to stand up and fight this horrific culture, and we need to stand by our women, because I don't believe they should be fighting this on their own. We have a patriarchal system in our government that seems to benefit from what goes on here. We need to stand up and say that's totally unacceptable, and I encourage each and every one of you men that are here today to get into your heart and have a look at what you can do to support this cause. And remember, folks, as we've said earlier on, the victims are not to blame, the perpetrators are to blame, and we need a legal system that allows that. once again, Dunedin, thank you very much. And I'd also like to say the reason I'm down here is we've got a male survivors group in Dunedin. If you know anybody in the males who have been sexually abused in childhood who are struggling to get help and need help, please contact Loren at Rape Crisis and she'll give you the phone number that we're able to help those young men and boys out there who are struggling. Thank you very much, Dunedin.
Words cannot describe how much this man has done for male survivors over the years, and he's always supported us. So I'd like to thank you very much again. Thank you. The next person I would like to invite onto the stage is my dear friend Georgia Knowles. Georgia was one of the organisers of the first Slutwalk in Dunedin last year. She has been working at Rape Crisis Dunedin for the past 3 years, and Georgia is now the National Coordinator of Rape Crisis Aotearoa. We are extremely grateful to have her here to speak with us today, so please make her welcome.
Sick tights.
Thank you. Thank you. Kia ora everyone, I'm Georgia and I'm the National Coordinator for Rape Crisis in New Zealand. As Loren said, I helped to organise one last year with my flatmate Beth. Get down there, put up your hand. So I've been with Dunedin volunteering for about 3.5 years, and I've been working for National just for this year. We have nine centres across the country that are affiliated to Rape Crisis National, and my job is to sort of support new centres starting up and to get everyone to talk together to sort of make sure that we have resources and they're available to everyone. So in true Slutwalk style, I've only practiced the speech once, so I'm just going to read it off the paper. So I talk to everyone from Rape Crisis National, and so we sort of understand that the Slutwalk movement has been considered controversial and has attracted a lot of criticism, both because of the name and because of the way that we dress when we want to spread our message. Slutwalk has been criticised for taking the issue of rape and sexual abuse too lightly. Slutwalk has been criticised for ignoring the structural inequalities that allow rape to occur. Slutwalk has been criticised for making invisible the many ways that victim blame is institutionalised. Slutwalk has been criticised for attempting to reclaim a word that is so caught up in patriarchy that it is beyond redemption. Slutwalk has been criticised for not being enough, for not doing enough, and for not creating enough change. The Slutwalk has a core message of ending victim blaming, but along with that there are many reasons why each of us choose to participate in this movement despite the controversy. So as a representative of National Rape Crisis, these are our reasons and our responses. Slutwalk is about appealing the rape culture in which we live, a culture which condones, trivialises and perpetuates sexual violence. National Rape Crisis supports Slutwalk because 1 in 3 girls, 1 in 4 women, 1 in 6 boys and 1 in 20 men will experience rape, attempted rape or sexual abuse in their lifetime. At least, that we know of, exactly. That's what the research says. And we do not take this lightly. We know that those statistics are not abstractions, and they are the experience of the people that we love, our friends, partners and family. We support Slutwalk because in 2012, these survivors will still not have access to adequate services. Because after 30 years of existence, our centres still function largely on the aroha and work of volunteers. Because every year our client base grows and our funding decreases. We support Slutwalk because being called a slut is not the only way survivors are blamed for abuse. We acknowledge that survivors are blamed for being abused because of what they were wearing, but also for having too much to drink, for being out after dark, for accepting a ride, for flirting, for being frigid, for not being in a relationship, for already being in a relationship, for fighting back too much, not fighting back enough, for saying yes and for not saying no, for being too young, old, too attractive, or of a certain class or ethnicity. National Rape Crisis supports Slutwalk because we know that this rape culture is institutionalised within our criminal justice system. Research shows that police officers have a higher level of rape myth acceptance, and most cases drop out in the investigation stage. Some police still make judgments about what kind of woman gets raped, and prosecutors consider the age, intelligence, socio-economic status, and cultural background of the complainant as relevant to her credibility. We support Slutwalk because of 9% of all rapes that are reported, 42% are prosecuted and 13% are convicted. And as Ken said, even less of those people will actually spend time in prison. We support Slutwalk because we understand the courage that it takes to survive, not only an experience of abuse, but a culture which excuses rapists and blames victims by labelling them as sluts.
Slutwalk is about acknowledging that each and every one of us live in a culture where words like slut, whore and skank are used to police, degrade and stigmatise women's bodies, behaviour, appearance and sexualities. Slutwalk is about standing in solidarity with all of us who have been labelled slut, reclaiming this word that is used for harm and taking the power out of it. For National Rape Crisis, Slutwalk is about resisting a culture which tells women that their bodies and sexualities are equivalent to their value and worth as individuals. Slutwalk is about saying no matter how much, how little or what kind of sex we have the right to consent to sex, to wear what we want and to be safe. Slutwalk is about creating spaces where our multiple and diverse sexualities can be represented and respected. Slutwalk is about saying that violence is not a natural facet of sexuality. Finally, we support Slutwalk because we know that it is only one part of what each of us do every day to challenge victim blaming. We know the strength and hard work it takes to survive, to support survivors, to have conversations that challenge rape culture, to fundraise, organise, make banners, put up posters.